The AFL has entrusted the task of setting the tone for each week of the finals to one of Australia's favourite and best-known musicians, Tim Rogers.
This is the semi-finals. There's no more second chances.
This is piercing the stratosphere. I see it, but I don't believe it.
This is nothing left on the table or in the tank. This is jumping to your feet, shouting, "Ball!" and punching the air. This is screamers and one percenters and gut running. This is where the dream begins to focus. This is greatness.
He's well known for music and he's well known as a devoted footy fan. Tim, welcome to AFL 360.
Jared, mate, it's good to see you. I don't think I'm going to be getting those romantic lead parts, seeing yourself on the big screen like that. I think it'll just be comedic roles from now on, I think.
And everywhere you go, the cup comes with you.
Yeah, well, it was on a coffee table at home just next to my Christina Stead novels. And
using it as an ashtray?
I've actually given up the darts for a month.
Oh, yeah? For a month?
Yeah, no, for actually a year, I beg your pardon. Has it really been that long? I'm glad for it, though. But yeah, this old duck.
This old duck, someone's got to do it.
I'm from Kalgoorlie. I never really thought I'd be, they'd entrust this with me for a whole month. Anyone on Mitford Street, St Kilda, just,
Tell me, how long the ad? I've been watching them and I've got a good beat. I mean, it's a nice tune behind it, let's be honest. It's a fantastic tune behind it. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've air guitared, air drummed, air sung, air bassed.
He hasn't. I asked him one night, have you air guitared to Akadaka? And he said no.
Really?
That's what I said.
What are you doing tonight? It's my daughter does, and she's 11.
I told him he was strange.
Strange, really?
I want to ask you, how long did it take you to film the ads? I want to get some logistics if possible.
Sure.
How long did you take to film it? And who came up with the words? Did you have a say in that? How many times did you get that right guttural, sound to go with the actions on the field and in the stands?
Robbo, I pride myself on being one take Timmy in all manners of life. G'day to the missus. That whether it be acting or music, it's one take Timmy. And so the script was lovingly crafted by somebody else. Yep. And I learnt my lines, turned up, got the nose extender on, put a bit of grey in my hair. Stared down the barrel.
So lucky to have the nose extender,
wouldn't it be wonderful? But no, I was actually channeling my dad, who was an ex-player and a coach and an umpire, particularly in the Goldfields League.
So how did you challenge your dad? Was he a coach or a player, or your memories of watching him play?
He was a great player, and I don't think he'd be lining up on the half-forward line for Essendon too soon, as was his dream. He used to follow John Coleman around Windy Hill, but for some reason I ended up a North supporter. But he was a player, then an umpire in the Goldfields League, where I first was introduced to bad language, like vicious, like horrendous stuff.
Jared introduced it to me.
Is that right?
Well, yeah.
And he doesn't play air guitar. What are the chances? And then was my coach.
Was he?
At Kalgoorlie and then Perth and Adelaide and
that guttural, he had that sort of deep.
He's a big guy,
and
I'm long, tall, thin streak of pelican poo. I was channeling him, and there's a bit of De Niro and Pacino, but that's all buried somewhere.
Buried down.
The dream would have been that North Melbourne would have continued on for you. How difficult was Sunday as a Kangas fan?
Well, look, I play in a rock band. I'm delusional. I still think there's a chance. What? Really, a guy like me. Sunday was not pleasant, but I was in the company of some great friends and some ex-players from North who I admire deeply, and so you just got to keep it all in check, and as we've all been reminded over this weekend, it's a game, and just the week before I was up in Darwin training with the Northern Territory Thunder and watched young Austin Wanamiri just jump off the plane from Tiwi Islands and then run and have a kick, and went through some training drills with him, and it was another one of those times you thought, this is a game, and we all have such passion and so much investiture in it. It brings up such emotion, as does rock and roll. And then we're all too often reminded about that, we've got to enjoy the lovely, great, spirited bits about it. And accept, if that's a hard knock, it's not really. I mean, really, it sucked. It absolutely freaking sucked. But an hour afterwards, I was, ready to call the kids.
Your dad played with Coleman. You grew up in the Kalgoorlie Goldfields. Recently you're in Darwin. You're carrying the cup around as a bedfellow. How in the hell did you get yourself in this situation?
Oh, look, a certain bedraggled charm can get you places. I really don't know, Rob. I mean...
What, you sitting at home, the phone rang one day? I mean, seriously?
I was sitting at a game and the phone rang. I did a bit of work for the AFL last year. I got the work from a good friend of mine who works at the AFL, Stephen, and he asked me to do some voiceovers for the ads last year and get involved in getting the visuals and working a bit on the script. And then I was watching North Melbourne play Melbourne this year and got this call. And
you would have said, thank God for that.
Well, I was. And my second question was, who said no? If you're calling Rogers, I mean, I'm the C+ list celebrity representative of Melbourne. Who from the A list said no? And I just jumped at it. I love footy and I like the script. And, hopefully bringing what I bring to it is enthusiasm. And I think it's great seeing an ugly guy doing ads on television. I'm sick of all those good-looking,
I'm right with you. I am right with you, pal.
You're friends with Bob Murphy?
Yeah. We, Bob and I have dinner with our friend Tex and another friend of ours, Gus. Yeah. We have dinner.
Gus Agaz, who's a drummer of some note.
Yeah. There's a bunch of us that have dinner about once a month, and it's great to see these Larry rock guys like us. What's training like, mate? Because we all play a bit of footy ourselves. Once again delusionally. But when I did a bit of work with some other players, Luke Darcy and Matty Richardson, the other week, and after we did a bit of TV together, and they said, the dinner's still going on? I'm like, well, you mean the ones with Murph? And they're like, yeah. And I said, yeah, Ti Amo, once a month. But we won't tell anyone which night. And we get together and just, talk about music and footy and life and the kids and, all those... the things that we all want to get involved with. And
that's not hard to visualise, Robbo, given what we've met from Murph and
full
what we've
bohemian
seen
sitting around.
Bohemian. I'm the biggest wannabe bohemian you could get. I'm from Kalgoorlie. How bohemian can I be?
Let's just have a look at your tour dates because there's going to be so much interest renewed around you. You are so well known anyway, but footy fans find a connection. Lionel Richie's CDs went off when he was connected with the grand final. So Traralgon, Northcote, and Adelaide, Geelong, Castlemaine, Dunsborough, Fremantle, and Perth. So you go everywhere, man.
I'm going to go everywhere, and I'm going to steal. Well, I don't write songs that hit the charts, but songs that stay in your hearts, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a pleasure to be here, guys.
See you on the grand final day.
Tim Rogers with us on AFL 3.